Welcome back everybody to our channel. I'm Charlie.
And I'm Kristen.
And today we have a special video for you guys. It's about overcoming the fear of failure. Ding ding ding. As most of you know, we're self-employed. We've been self-employed for quite a while. So we're going to go over some of the pros and cons of overcoming the fear of failure.
Yes, because I know for us, a big thing that people always ask us is, oh my gosh, how did you leave your full-time job into doing something that just relies on being self-employed?
Aren't you guys scared?
Yeah, being entrepreneur-minded. So we figured, why not go over the pros and cons of the fear of failure? Yeah. So I'm going to go over the pros, and Charlie here is going to go over the cons. The cons of failure.
Yeah. And we're going to go straight into it, guys. We don't want to waste too much time.
Yeah.
But we want you guys to really, if you can, take some notes here.
Definitely.
And see if some of this you can apply into your life. For those of you who are thinking of getting into some type of business or being, what do they call those, independent contractor in something. Hopefully this will help you overcome some of those fears.
Yes, yes. So my first thing is, by the pros of it, is creating new skills. Mm-hmm. You know, when you jump into something that maybe you're not as familiar with, you definitely create a new skill. Yeah. So, and that's always a pro in anything in life.
Oh yeah, because then you realize that you can actually do something that you didn't know you could, or that you had something empowering inside yourself that you can apply into your life now. Yes, yes. That's actually a really good pro.
Yeah, it is really good. Mm-hmm. Should I go to the next one?
Yeah,
okay.
Let's just, we'll go over all the pros and then we'll go over some of the cons.
And the other one is that you come over your fear of failure. Yeah. So once you take that leap of faith and do that thing that you've been afraid of doing, it's almost like you get empowered. Yeah. Like you just feel like, oh, like I can do this. I got this. I'm made for this. And you're taking that leap of faith to just do it. Yeah. And it's like a good feeling to feel like you've conquered something that you thought you were afraid of.
Yeah, yeah. I think one of the best ways to relate that to your life is when somebody's trying to get something financed, right? We don't know what algorithm they use or really what the credit score is for someone that's trying to get something financed. Yeah. And you're taking that first step is signing that sign away to let them check your credit and see if you qualify. Yeah. I mean, once you get past that first step, you know, you feel like you're on top of the world because they're going to come back at you and say, hey, yeah, you qualified, or hey, we need this, or whatever the case may be. But that's a way to relate that to
definitely. Actually, a personal experience for us that we just did recently with our truck was something like that. It was definitely a fear that we jumped right into. So that was definitely something we conquered. So you feel empowered. I think I just kind of jumped on that a little bit, but you feel empowered. You feel like confident. Yeah, you do. Your whole day. Like, let's say in the morning, if you overcome something specific, you feel like you can conquer just about anything. Yeah. And all the small things actually don't bother you the rest of the day, right? If somebody cuts you off, if somebody honks at you, if somebody eats your food at work, they go into the company fridge and they take food. I mean, stuff like that doesn't bother me. Maybe some of you will. We don't have that issue because we work from home. But sometimes I take his food.
Sometimes she takes my snacks.
But we make it work. So
empowerment is huge, man. Super huge.
Yeah. Another one is you just become more creative. So depending on the type of skill or something that you're trying to overcome and do, like for me, what I do, it allows me to become more and more creative. And as I dabble into something, I'm like, oh, I should try that. And then I do it, and who knew I was that good at it? Yeah. And then I just feel more confident and more creative with what it is that I took a leap to do. Yeah, for sure.
And being creative, guys, it feels so good. Yeah, it's a form of expression.
It's an expression of yourself. Right?
Yeah. If you look at someone's style, the way that they dress, that's their creativity right there. Yeah. And they don't care what other people think. Some of you might think, oh my God, look at how weird that looks on somebody. Right. But for them, it's their creativity, that creative side of them. That makes them feel good about it.
Yes, definitely. Yeah. Another one is...
Yeah.
It helps to find your life and have more clarity in it. So, it helps you aim toward something and get a bigger, clearer picture on it. Yeah. Is the best way to clarity. I mean, because a lot of times we're so back and forth. Should I? Shouldn't I? Is it the right move? And then when you decide to do it, it's almost like the wall's open and you've got clarity to where it is that you're aiming to go and do.
If you play, if you ever play, let's say you play the dart game, you're throwing darts at a dartboard. You're not just like boom and hope that it hits the target. No, I mean you grab the dart. You focus and you zero in on the target.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And you see, okay, if there's any obstacles in the way, you check the fins on the dart to see which way they're pointing. I mean, there's so much more. And your trajectory has to be...
Laser focused.
You become laser focused.
Yes.
And so that's a perfect example of how how she just explained it. You become super laser focused on something.
And get more clear. So another thing is you overcome unforeseen opportunities.
Yeah.
Certain avenues and windows and doors like open for you when you decide to do something different from what you're doing now or what you're doing now, but just kind of more opportunities come your way because you've put it out there. So only that's gonna come towards you, if that explains. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And I think one important something that we can point out with that is that as far as opportunities, when you overcome something like that, you're no longer afraid to talk to a potential client, a customer, or to set up that specific meeting to make that phone call.
Yeah.
I mean,
you just become way more confident.
You do.
Absolutely. Another one is you become good at problem solving. So when a problem comes your way with a certain situation, with whatever industry it is that you're getting into, or when you just figure it out, like you come up with different solutions and somehow you figure out a way to solve the problem. So I know I've run into that a lot, and I've always found a way to kind of figure it out and move forward past that problem.
Yeah, definitely within our personal business, there's been obstacles that we've had to overcome, and we had to find a solution to go either over, around, or underneath that obstacle. So it's taught us how to become very good problem solvers.
Definitely. Another one is personal growth. I've heard a saying, and I don't recall if it was in a book or some type of seminar or something we've been to, but personal growth is huge. If you're not growing, you're dying. And that's anything in life.
Oh, yeah,
you don't want your life to become plateau to where you're doing the same thing over and over, almost like you're robotic.
Yeah.
So when you're doing something different and you're constantly growing up here and moving forward, you're growing. And it's a great feeling.
Yeah, and there's a lot of books, seminars, YouTube videos, podcasts. I mean, anything you could think of when it comes to personal growth.
Yeah.
You're not the first person that has taken the leap of faith and has had to overcome the fear of failure. There's so many people out there that are sharing some of the stuff that we're going to go over that helps you with your personal growth.
Yeah. So last one for me would be fear of objections. People don't like to feel rejected. Yeah. You know what I mean? And the more and more you do it, the more and more, I don't know if you would say comfortable with it, because nobody likes the feeling of rejection, but you just know that you just move on from it. Yeah. And it's like you grow each time it happens. Yeah. And you put yourself back out there again to just conquer it and do it and just keep going and keep going and keep going, because the clientele, the customers, the person you're looking for, whatever it may be, they're out there. Yeah. You just got to sometimes run. Sometimes it's a number game.
Oh, yeah.
And the more numbers you run, the better it is.
You know, especially when we did life insurance, one of the things that we were taught was that for every person that says yes, you get 10 people to say no. Yes. So if you scale that in a much bigger scale, obviously, for every 100 people that say no, you get 10 clients. Yes. So if you break that down into income, I mean,
it's a numbers game.
It's a numbers game.
For sure.
So you have to be okay with the rejection until eventually you find that person that says, you know what,
definitely, because they're out there, whatever it is. So, all right, let's hear some cons.
Some cons. Cons are not always a negative, but I wanted to go over some of these things that most people consider to be a con. Yeah. When in reality, they're really not. So this is more of something that we overcame, that we first thought of when we were getting into being self-employed. But the number one thing for me specifically, because of the way that I was brought up, was the safety net of a job. Yeah. You know what I mean? You want to make sure that, Monday through Friday, at the end of the week, boom, you get paid, and then the bills get paid, and so
that guaranteed paycheck.
Guaranteed. And then to go back a little bit on what we learned for some of you that maybe you do, being at a job is you love it and awesome. Yeah. But we were taught that a job means just over broke, and so that was something that I was like, okay, well, that's a great way for me to overcome the safety net, is that at any point of time, that employer can say, you know what, you've been here long enough, it costs too much money to have you on board. we're going to have to let you go. They're not going to say it like that to your face, but...
Yeah, perfect example would be a close friend to Charlie here. He had a friend that's worked for a company for 12 years and recently just got let go. And he had no clue what to do or idea that would even ever happen to him. He thought he was good to go till retirement.
Yeah, he was like, okay, I got my 401k and everything's all in the safety net of it. You know what I mean? He felt like he was secure, like he was going to be caught if something happened. He always had his job to fall back on, but... You know, the bottom line of the company is to make money, and if you're in the way, they're gonna move you.
Yeah, for sure.
So, so the safety net and scarcity. I think for a lot of people, the scarcity. You know, they right away start thinking, well, what if I don't have money for this, or I don't have money for that, or this and that. We all have things that we don't need in our life.
Yes.
So if you become self-employed, I think those things are.
Trying to sit down and figure out what you really need and what you don't need and what you can cut out to kind of invest into your business.
And that will help you overcome the scarcity thing because a lot of us, we tend to waste money on things that don't really matter. Yeah. That's a great way to overcome scarcity.
Really good.
How about the fear of not paying your bills? Yeah. That's huge.
Yes.
That's huge.
Yes. And we get the importance of it. Of course.
And we're not saying
life. Yeah, it's life.
Because, you know, everyone has that fear of not having enough to pay your bills. But one thing to always remember is that whether you make $1,000 a week or you make $100 million a week, that fear is always
it's always there. It doesn't go away.
You have small bills or you have huge bills.
Yeah.
The point of it is that you continue to move forward. If you know that you have a bill that's coming, then guess what? Make that extra phone call. Yeah. You know, stay up that extra hour. Yeah. Work on that YouTube video a little bit longer. Yeah. Whatever the case may be, don't let the fear of not having enough keep you from moving forward.
Yeah, I mean, same thing as like if you worked for a job and you're wanting to move up in the company. Don't be afraid to submit that application or that resume to help you move up. Yeah. Just do it.
Yeah, go
and like
for
I said, get it to the office earlier, stay later, put in the time. Let them see that you're putting in the time, that you want to grow and you want to become something bigger in the company. Yeah. Don't be afraid to do it. Yeah. You know, just go for it. Yeah. Believe in yourself and know that you can do it. If, you know, Joe next door can make it happen, you definitely can too. You're no different.
Sorry, Joe, you're just a smoke. I think this one is huge, and I think this one for me specifically, I'm going to go ahead and highlight this one here because for me this was huge. It was criticism. Yeah. You know, what is my family going to think? What are they going to say? Yeah. You know, because whatever background ethnicity issues came with the way that you were brought up, it's not for you, or this is, you know, we taught you to just 9 to 5 it Monday through Friday. Yeah. And so the criticism is huge. Are they gonna laugh at me? Are they gonna point me out at the next family reunion? Yeah. Are my friends gonna still be my friends? Yeah. You know, and so I think for a lot of people that is probably the number one thing that holds them back is people being critical of them.
Yeah. So kind of scared of change.
Scared of change.
Scared of change, of shaking your normal, you know what I mean, or your reality.
That's huge because I think that was one of the ways that it helped me overcome was knowing that they were being critical towards us because they knew that they were going to be left behind. And so the way that they're going to bring you down to their level is by criticizing you, right, and telling you things that aren't true about yourself.
Yeah, and sometimes you know, for family members, they don't do it on purpose. It's just like a safety thing, like
for them.
Yeah, because they don't want to be left out. But it's like they're not feeling like that's what it is, but it just comes out that way.
That's exactly what it is, you know, because they start saying, "Well, what are you gonna do when your car payment comes up? Or you have a family? How are you gonna make your bills?" And blah blah blah. Yep. But I mean, if there's a fire in you, burning for you to do something, you know, the criticism is only going to help you become a better person.
Yeah, if there's a will, there's a way.
Yeah, and at the same time, you want to find someone or some people or other friends that are going to give you good criticism, uplifting criticism. They're going to say, you know what, that was a great presentation, but you know what? Next time, try this, because if you would have said this, I would have been more happier for you, or whatever the case may be.
Always be open to outside
criticism, guys. That's okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so the fear of change we went over. This one's another one. I think this one's huge. The comfort zone. A lot of people don't like being uncomfortable. Yeah. You know, in the morning, if you are going to get up and go running, you want to make sure that your shirt doesn't fit too tight. You know what I mean? That uncomfortableness, you have to be okay with it, because what if that having that shirt on a little bit tighter is going to make you feel uncomfortable. So like, okay, you know what? I'm going to go an extra mile today because I don't want to feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, that's super true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the next one, comfort zone. I feel like there's much more. What else can we cover? Specifically for comfort zone. You know, here's one. Making that phone call. Or approaching that prospective client.
Yeah.
You know, overcoming that fear. Even if your hand is shaking, when you're going to dial the number or you're going to send that email, you know, that's uncomfortable. You know what I mean? Because you're not sure what they're going to say. I mean, it's okay to feel that way.
It's okay to be uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It's okay. It like wakens something up inside of you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just like, you know.
Here's a con. A lot of people feel like their idea is stupid. That's huge. That's really huge because if you look at, let's say, one of the best ways to overcome this is, you know, Thomas Edison with the light bulb, right? He failed 1,000 times before he came up with the right idea. I mean, you guys can look it up, Google it. But, you know that your idea is not stupid. Don't feel that way. You know, you're going to feel that way, but there's a lot of entrepreneurs, successful people that have, I'm sure someone said, oh, that was a dumb idea.
Right.
I'm sure when the creators of Uber were coming up to prospective investors, they you know, you hear about it where they're like, oh, that's a dumb idea. It's not going to take off. And look at where Uber's at now.
Yeah, but if you believe in your idea, you go for it. And if you go out there and you do it once and you fail, you get back up and you do it again. If it's something you believe in, you just keep doing it and doing it and doing it and doing it until eventually it'll just grab and then you run with it. You know, but don't give up on your dreams. If it's something that you want to create or something you want to do, like you go out there and you make it happen.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, because there's only one you. So there's nobody else out there that can do something like you can.
Yeah,
you're unique.
Yeah. So the fear of not getting a customer or a client.
Yeah.
I think that comes down to running the numbers.
Yeah, it's a number game, you know. It's putting yourself in front of more people, or it's getting more product, it's advertising more, it's whatever it is.
It's pretty much putting yourself in front of enough people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's how you're going to overcome that. So it's not so much that it's a con, but it's more of a fear of, okay, well, what if that person, you said it the other day, you can't put all your eggs into one basket. No. And so you can use that analogy into your business or into your product or into your service. Yeah. You're not trying to make a sale on one person. You're trying to put yourself in front of so many other people so that of those 20 people you sat in front of, you know, X amount is going to say, yeah, you know what, I need this, or I want this, or can you teach me, or can you do it for me, or whatever, and then you go ahead and charge accordingly. Yeah. So another con I think that I just thought of right now, and I was going to use this one here, but I'm going to wait to do that one on another video, but is a con is, am I going to charge too much for my product or my service? Yeah. I think that was one of the things that kept me from really moving forward with the carpet cleaning business was like, well, I don't want to charge so much because they're not going to want to do it. But at the end of the day, they weren't buying the machine or the cleaning chemicals, right? They were actually buying me. So that came down to my self-belief. It's like, okay, if I'm going to charge $300 for the whole entire house, it's because that's what I felt was my time was worth.
Of course.
You know what I mean?
And it's believing that.
And it's believing that.
Yeah, and that's all it comes down to is self-belief on, you know, do you believe in yourself at telling that? That's definitely, you hit it right on the head.
For sure.
That's exactly.
So, and in closing, guys, you know, I think the moral of the story is that it's okay to feel and to know that these pros and cons exist. Yeah. At the end of the day, it's all about moving forward. It's taking that step. You know what I mean? And once you overcome that small little hurdle, man, the rest is it's easier. Yeah. From that point on, it's just easier to move forward. Yeah. You know what I mean?
And it's easier to get back up and dust yourself off again.
Yeah. And understand that it's okay. You know, we went through three failed personal businesses until we got to one that has worked for us right now and has given us an amazing lifestyle. And it's okay, guys. Don't feel like you're not the only. Know that, how about not feel, but know that you're not the only ones. There's successful people that still fear failure. Yeah, most definitely. But they've learned to overcome those. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Push past it.
Well, thank you guys so much for watching. We hope you enjoyed the video. Yeah. Please don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button,
turn on the notifications.
Yes.
And drop a comment, guys. If some of this stuff has been completely helpful, which I'm sure it has, let us know how it helped you overcome that fear of failure.
Yes. Bye.